Rogers.org/help.
You're watching Rogers TV. The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers nor Rogers TV.
This is your COVID-19 local update. I'm Deborah Hutchison in the Rogers TV studio. Joining us today is Angie Darlison. She is Executive Director of the Bowmanville Older Adult Association, as well as Chelsea Wolf. Chelsea is the BOAA's Events and Marketing Coordinator. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, Deborah.
Hello. It's good to see you. If not in person, at least we can reach out virtually. I love your new fundraising initiative. Basically, you've put the word out. Who needs hair when the Bowmanville Older Adult Association needs us? Let's talk about this new initiative because, Angie, you're going to be losing your hair. Gladly, too.
Yeah, I prefer a shorter cut. So, yes, I'll be happy to get rid of most of this. But, yeah, I'll be getting rid of all of it in support of the BOA. So with my great coworker, Chelsea, we came up with this fundraiser and we put the word out. We've got a board member, Chris Christodoulou. We've got a lifetime member of the BOA, Jerry MacArthur, myself, and then a reasonably new member and volunteer of the BOA as well, Gail Gordon, has stepped up. So right now we've got 4 people and we're soliciting. So for every $10 you donate to the BOA, you get a ballot. And on our grand opening day, you'll have the opportunity to pick which head you want to shave. So the more money you donate, the more ballots you get, and the more money you donate, the more support you're giving to the Older Adult Center, and you get to choose which one of us you're going to give a nice fresh cut to.
How much money are you hoping to raise?
Well, we're hoping to raise a lot of money because obviously fundraising is down for us here at the BOA. So Chelsea's main role has shifted predominantly to marketing online because all of our big fundraising events have had to be canceled, as well as our community events. So not only are we losing the fundraising revenue inside the building, we're losing our Rotary Rib Fest in partnership with Bowmanville Rotary. We've lost concerts in the park and partnership with Concerts in the Park Committee. Those are big fundraisers for us. So summer tea parties, and we were planning a big Toronto Welsh Choir event just a few weeks into this COVID-19 closure. So we've lost a significant amount of our $100,000 in fundraising. So we'll be doing this fundraiser and then a number of other smaller ones to hopefully get us back on our feet.
So Chelsea, tell us how it works and how people can reach out and get a piece of this action.
Yeah, for sure. So we encourage everybody to follow us online on our Facebook page, Bowmanville Older Adult Association, as well as our website. So you can go onto our Facebook page and click on the Donate Now button, and you can donate funds there if you're interested in supporting. You can also donate on our website as well. We have had several checks being mailed to our facility at 26 Beach Avenue in Bowmanville. So that's all available. And another thing that people are doing in support instead of financial is we're planning a kind of marketing video. So people can send us some of their funny hair photos instead of bad hair photos, but funny ones. We're going to include them in a video, and we have something special coming out soon. So, yeah.
We also have another member of our association that has a song that we were provided from another member. We provided to one of our members, Judy White. So she's going to be performing the background vocals for our promo video as well.
So COVID-19 not only financially has been devastating to the Bowmanville Older Adult Association. You know, your members who are used to that person-to-person contact, this has been real tough for them.
Yeah, it has. I mean, Chelsea's doing a great job connecting online, but there is a large portion of our membership that aren't online. I have the ability through our computer system to make calls to our membership en masse. So I do that to stay connected. They all have my cell phone number. They all have my home address. Probably a little bit dangerous later in life, but for right now, it's our only option. We need to stay connected to these people. They need our support. They were used to being at the BOA. It was their home away from home, day in, day out, night after night, weekends too. So if you're out there and you're listening, we miss you. And if you haven't called me yet, please do. But we are trying to stay connected, but it's really hard without that bricks and mortar. And to ensure that we can keep them safe is really important. So we're really encouraging all of our members to stay home and stay safe. And to follow social distancing orders, because we want them to be healthy when we do reopen.
And there's no way of knowing when that will be. Almost a double-edged sword. That's more time for y'all to raise money for this fantastic fundraiser. But the longer it goes on, the more you really miss everybody.
Yes, sure. And every phone call makes us miss somebody more, and our membership is really blessed to have a lot of internal friendships, and I know they're missing each other, and even they're trying to stay connected through our programming, but also some of their own programming. But it's really hard when you don't have that face-to-face contact, and mental health is one of our biggest concerns. Chelsea is really putting a lot of information out there about that right now, because that's going to be a big piece. A lot of these people have been socially isolated for 10, 11 weeks from everyone, family, grandchildren, us. You know, the only person they see is the garbage man, and that's really not too exciting.
Well, Chelsea, let's talk about the programs and the information that is available now online. There are programs that you are doing virtually for those that are connected online.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like Angie was saying, not all of our membership has access to the internet and access to some sort of technology. So we do have teleconferencing available too. And that's in partnership with OACAO, which is the Older Adult Centers Association of Ontario. And BOA is a member of that organization, and we're very thankful for the resources that they've provided for us. So they, in partnership with OACAO and sponsored by the Ministry for Seniors and Accessibility, we're able to offer this teleconferencing program. It's called Senior Centers Without Walls, and we offer this programming for free. And we have lots of different special programs that go on there, along with different partnerships. So we've had, in the past, we've had events from Smile Theatre, and we've had Smile Theatre phone in and sing to our members who are on the phone and connect that way, as well as, you know, we have some programming with the Clarington Library, the public library, and they're going to be offering some programming too. And, you know, just other things that we can offer on the phone, like trivia and bingo and jokes with Angie and lots of different things. So just to keep everybody engaged on the phone. And then online, we've had a lot of our instructors and our staff and our community supports, our sponsors and our partners give us some content that we can share with our members, just to, you know, give some motivation and inspiration, you know, with what's going on with uncertain times right now. So we really are so thankful for all of them to, you know, keep our members active and engaged and connected during these times that maybe they don't feel so.
Jokes with Angie. I'm intrigued, Angie.
Yes, that's how I started my week. Monday morning at 10:30, I went through my joke binder. I've been at the BOA for 14 years now, so I used to start every event prior to Chelsea taking over the event side of the business, thankfully. I would tell jokes, sometimes good jokes, sometimes bad jokes, sometimes dirty jokes. And so I've kept those binders, and I've got them all with me, and I went through and I picked out my favorites. And so that's what I did yesterday. This morning I played Fun with Words with the members. So I do have a recreation degree that is really coming in handy during COVID-19. I've been in the business aspect of the business for a long time and not teaching fitness classes and doing programs. So this has been good for my my mental health too, I think, just to connect with them. But I do miss our instructors dearly. And in fact, I was just sending out a call to them this morning, asking them if there's more of them that would have the ability to get online and do some additional Zoom fitness classes or videos for us. Our program coordinator, as well as our volunteer coordinator, and all of the staff have been temporarily laid off. So obviously that's a big hit to the organization as well, and a big hit to us as humans, because we were all in about, 50 square feet for the last 10 plus years together. So it's like we've all lost each other as well. So keeping them connected and getting everybody back is really important to us.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Your favorite joke. Angie's jokes.
My favorite jokes are probably dirty jokes, which is terribly bad habit I have.
But something
that I can't tell here. But if you guys talk amongst yourselves, I can think of one eventually that's clean enough for TV.
Okay, bringing it back, because we're rapidly running out of time, to the fundraiser. If someone wants to raise money on their own and shave their hair, can they do that too?
Absolutely. Anybody and everybody that wants to join in, we would absolutely love to have you join in. Every little bit is going to help us. And I know it's a tough market out there right now. There's a lot of us not-for-profits that, we're all good friends too, and they're not-for-profit business. So we're all competing for those donations right now. But anybody that is willing to even give themselves a little trim and donate some money, I'd be happy to see them. Beards, mustaches, eyebrows, whatever you want. Anything, we're open to it. Send us pictures and video.
Okay, and it will be welcomed and used. Angie, you said that when I asked you before about shaving your beautiful hair off, you said your hair has always been a focus for residents there. Or for your clients?
For our members, yeah. I mean, I'm always, I'm out of the box as anybody that's shared some time with me. Chelsea's probably laughing right now, but
yes, she is.
I'm open to just about anything. So I've had every hair pattern you've ever known. In 2003, I battled thyroid cancer, and my hair obviously went through a big transition then. So from that moment forward, I figured, what the heck, it's only hair. I can't change it. Or I can change it. It's one of the few things in my life that I can change and just have fun with. So I've had every color, every cut. Thankfully, I've got a really good friend that's a hairdresser as well. So she works at the Bowmanville Older Adults. So she's on she's on the upper bunk. She's on the second floor. So our friend Teresa is obviously also out of work right now. So she keeps all of us looking nice with our hairdos. But mine's gonna get a little break when they're all busy getting their clients back in the chair, because mine's going to be nice and bald.
Well, let's hope it's during the warm weather and sooner than later that we're able to see your new hairdo.
Yes, I hope it's obviously sooner than later as well, because that means we'll be reopened and back in business. So, but at the same time, if I look a little bit longer, that's okay. It just means we've kept everybody safer.
Okay, and once again, if we want to get involved, how do we do it?
You can visit our Facebook page, Bowmanville Older Adult Association, or you can go to our website, www.bowmanvilleolderadults.com.
Or you can call my cell phone, 905-242-5585. Everybody else does.
Once again, Angie, that cell phone number?
905-242-5585. And I also offer books and puzzle delivery service. So if you're at home and you're bored and you need to pass some time, you reach out to me, you tell me your favorite authors. I go over to the library at the BOA, I find you some books and puzzles as well. So I've been dropping off. I'm just working on my 49th delivery today. So 49 deliveries in 10 weeks.
Wow.
Pretty exciting.
Okay, yes. Ladies, Angie Darlison and Chelsea Wolf from the Bowmanville Older Adults Association. Thanks so much for joining us today. Stay with us. More to come on Local Update after the break.
name is Stephanie Lorero.
And I'm Ksenia Shpak, and we're the hosts of a new show here at Rogers TV called Socialite.
We're here to keep you guys in the loop on all things trending, from social media to the latest tech gadgets and the wonderful world of Hollywood.
We got you covered. Catch us every Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. and Fridays at 6 p.m. only here on Rogers TV.
And welcome back. Community Care Durham is a not-for-profit health and social services agency that supports all of Durham region. Its CEO, James Meloche, joins us now via video. Welcome, James. How have you been doing?
Well, I think I've been doing like most people have, just responding day to day. I'm looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, but we're doing well.
Let's talk about the CCD. When the pandemic was first, I guess, announced and the restrictions were placed upon us in March, it really left you to scramble and to change how you provide services for your members.
Yeah, like everyone, we were following the rise of COVID-19 across the world and started putting measures in place for the safety of our clients and staff around screening and the use of protective personal equipment. But the issue, of course, we knew, like, none of us really knew what to expect fully. But we did know that we were going to have to be very mindful of the types of services we provide. We provide over a dozen different types of services. Some of them, we have clients come into our buildings. We provide support for seniors on site. In other cases, we provide care to people in their homes. And sometimes we do this through group sessions or we do it one-on-one. So it was going to change the way we did business, and we needed to figure it out fast.
One of the biggest changes has been the implementation of the Community Food Box program. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, we deliver over 100,000 hot and frozen meals a year to the residents of Durham region. We've been doing it for decades. So when we knew that this was going to happen, and many of our clients fit within the category of being at risk, we thought, how do we provide more food security to them during this unprecedented time? We were being asked how we could provide grocery services, do shopping, but there's logistics to that were very difficult for us to overcome, and we couldn't do the numbers that we wanted to do. So we came up with this concept of the Community Food Box, which is to provide a weekly box of staples that people would need to have for their kitchen, some different items each week. And we'd put that together and deliver it through our volunteers and our staff to the doors, contactless delivery across the region. What interesting came out of that is I was out on my bike one day and I was at my coffee shop up in Goodwood, Anina's Bake Shop, and I'm there all the time. And I started to think about, well, how's he doing for business? Like, what's going to impact his life? And started to ask myself, well, how can I help seniors in our world while helping local businesses? And I ended up speaking to the owner there, and we said, listen, how about we buy a baked good from you each week that we can put in these boxes? And that idea sort of blossomed from partnerships with Link Greenhouses, Algoma Orchards, Durham College, where we were finding ways to partner with our local institutions and our businesses to think about buying things from them that we could actually provide back to our seniors and our at-risk population to really create a win-win for the community, not just for the people getting the food box.
It's really been a collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, the first week we started out in our hub in Pickering because we had to test it. Is this going to work or not? We had 30 boxes go out that day, our first week. The next week, we expanded to all of our areas in Clarington, Oshawa, Whitby, the north of Durham. And within that next week, we're at 80, and then a week later, we're at 120, and now we're at 140 to 150 boxes. So, we were losing volunteers because many of our volunteers are retired and they were at risk. So we had to figure out how to get these boxes to people. And other agencies like the Oshawa Senior Center came forward and said, well, we've got staff through who are not working right now, can we help you? And so we had staff from other organizations come forward, our own staff, and now our new volunteers have come back. So that's been fantastic, just seeing that other agencies are delivering our food box to their clients. And this is not about taking credit, it's just about getting the job done and doing it in a spirit of what is going to serve our community. But there's one more collaboration I wanted to tell you about, though, if that's okay.
Sure, of course.
We ran out of simple things. Where do you put all this stuff?
Right.
Frozen food and, fresh vegetables and milk and eggs. We ran out of space, and many of our offices have limited freezer and refrigeration space because our meals program skyrocketed. We were delivering over 1,000 more meals a week than we normally do. So we reached out to the region of Durham and said, can you help us find a location to centralize our program? And the township of Ajax came forward and offered the Audley Recreation Center. And so we're now using it as a Durham base for our entire program, the community food box. So it's just been fantastic, the response of our municipal partners and other agencies, and of course the public.
And what an operation it is out of Audley, this, the newly renovated, the extra addition put on it, and you've taken it over.
Yeah, I don't think they envisioned us, filling this spot, but I'm glad that they're welcoming us. And I'm now wondering how we continue to stay there, but I haven't asked them yet. That maybe in a couple of weeks.
So is there a cost to this community food box?
Yeah, I mean, we're not making money off it. We do sell the box for $30. And if people can't afford to pay, we're not asking a lot of questions in these unique times. And so we're giving the box. We figure that we can provide about 20% of our entire boxes away. And it turns out that we might be able to do more because our donations have been very strong. We've had some grants from from the mayor of Ajax, from the mayor of Whitby. Also, too, we've created a fundraiser page. So we've had other corporations provide us with some funds. And recently, the senior secretariat of the ministry, the provincial government, provided us with new funding to expand our programs, Meals on Wheels and such. So we're actually quite, astonished by the generosity of people, and we're trying to translate that back into, goods for our citizens.
Are you still looking for volunteers and help if somebody is interested in getting involved in helping out? How do they go about it?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a single number. It's a 1-800 number. It's the same for volunteers. It's the same for our programs. Right now, we actually have more volunteers than we can actually engage. But just to remind you that we are bringing back on our services. So we had to scale back some things like transportation, but we're bringing that back on slowly, safely. So our need for volunteers, will continue. Some of our volunteers are local businesses who are also getting back up to steam, so they may have to drop off again. Mm-hmm. But we welcome all new volunteers, and we'll find a place for you. We've even had the local MPPs help us deliver some boxes, and I'd like to get some more of our municipal leaders participating in this to support their constituents.
So let's talk about those services that you've still been able to provide during the pandemic and how you've been able to provide them.
Well, some of the programs we had to suspend because we brought seniors into our care of our building, and that's our adult day program. And it was a very difficult decision to do that because I know that a lot of caregivers need that time away, and our seniors need activation and socialization. Now we've moved that off online. We also were running mental health support groups. At the time of COVID, when it broke out, we were running about 50 programs a week with about 300 participants. And that week, when the premier made the announcement, it dropped to 3 programs with 7 participants. We hit ground like zero. The team here have rebuilt the program to go entirely virtually. So we're now offering 35 classes a week, and we hit a new season high of 360 people participating online with these community mental health support groups. We continue to provide through our personal support workers, those brave people who go into the homes of seniors and other people to provide activities of daily supports like homekeeping and security checks, helping them with their medication. We have about 300 clients now that we continue to do that. So that was an essential service, and we were never going to let that drop off. And we really worked very, very hard to keep our seniors supported both in their home and wherever possible through online or through the telephone.
Going into their homes and that interaction, you've had to do it, of course, taking all precautions. PPE has been an issue for hospitals and many essential services. How have you been able to keep your supplies up?
I won't lie to you, it was actually pretty tight. We got to a point where we were down to 5 days of supply. We were following every guideline that we could through the public health and public health in Canada and Ontario. We were feeling a bit desperate. We had some other agencies come forward, including a retirement home in Scarborough, who have been a great friend of ours, donate as much PPE to us as we could. And now we were able to source it. I will say that it's a regrettable thing, but people tend to forget the community. We know the loss that happened in long-term care, so our eyes have been open to the challenges within that sector. We went through the SARS experience and saw what happened in our critical care units, and tremendous work has been done in the province around supporting our hospitals to manage surge and pandemic. But the still part of our system that needs work is the community sector. And this is the future of healthcare. It's where people want to stay at home. They're safe there. And we certainly need to find ways to support our staff, help them do what they want to do, which is to live independently in the community.
You do so much for so many. How do you make ends meet?
Well, we're a not-for-profit. And we make ends meet by just being like good fiscal stewards of the resources that we have. We're a healthy organization. We have been for many, many years. And I think it's just the willingness of our staff and our volunteers. When you have 1,600 volunteers in your organization and 300 staff, everyone swimming in the same direction, you can really do amazing things. And I think what COVID has taught me as a leader of people is, we struggle with the grief, the personal, the economic loss of COVID, which will be with us for a long time. But it's the opportunity to see people flourish in new ways that is encouraging as a leader and should be encouraging as citizens. I wish it didn't have to come at such a high cost, of course, but it does create new opportunities for us that we might otherwise have not paid attention to or neglected because we weren't in a crisis. So I think, personally, I know our organization will get back on its feet and we'll be doing what we've always been doing, but we're going to do it differently. And we might just actually do it a little bit better.
Do you foresee, the community food box program has been such a huge success. Do you foresee that continuing as things begin to open up and once this is all over?
Absolutely. Like as I said, we deliver such a large number of frozen and hot meals to our clients now. But I'm far away from retirement still, but I'm thinking of those days. And one thing I've learned is that, the value of local food, supporting local farmers, our local business, fresh baked items. And I'm now thinking how we bring local more into the homes of our seniors and our at-risk populations. So the community food box is absolutely going to evolve through more partnerships. I've talked to the food banks in the region, the other local growers, to make sure that we're all kind of working in the same space, but we're not competing against each other, we're collaborating. So I think this program will continue as we start to age with our community who are looking for different options around food and nutrition. And the food box helps us do that.
Okay. James Meloche from Community Care Durham, thank you so much for joining us. And thanks to all of you for joining us. Until next time, I'm Deborah Hutchison.